Hey guys, it's Lindsay with Pilates on Demand. Today we're going to do an easy yoga stretch. So this is a good maybe like Sunday morning routine, or you've done a lot of heavier workouts, cardio, strength training, Pilates throughout the week. So this won't require too much effort. This is one of those kinds of stretches. So we're going to do a lot of supine work, which means laying on our back, which will feel fabulous. So just lay down, get nice and comfortable. Start with your knees bent, feet planted, and I'm gonna have you cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Flex your foot and then take your hands around your left thigh and you'll pull the left thigh to you. Press your right knee with the strength of your leg away from you. And then I just want you to get comfortable. So close your eyes. We're gonna hold all of the stretches for a bit. So a couple deep breaths in and out. And try to relax your mind and your body as we hold these stretches. So it's really easy to get distracted by the to-do list and all the things that we want to accomplish in our day or the stresses of our life. Let's just let those go for a few minutes here and practice some self-care. So it's important to take care of ourselves physically, but certainly mentally as well. And from here, grab your right ankle with your left hand. You're just going to drop this stretch over to the left side of the mat. So you're standing on your right foot and your left leg is down, your right knee is pointing up. We'll stretch that right arm over to the right. This should be a nice stretch along the right hip on the outside of the body. As you breathe in, allow your belly, your ribs, and your heart to expand. And as you breathe out, allow the center of your chest to melt down into the earth. And then make your way back to center. Plant your right foot on the mat. Now across the left ankle over that right thigh. Flex your foot and press your left knee out. Grab onto the right leg, pull the right thigh to you, press the tailbone into the floor. And with each stretch, noticing wherever you're holding on to some tension in the muscles, that's where I want you to direct your breath. So maybe it's the left hip on this side. Picture left hip in your mind. Going to breathe in and out of that space, and on each exhale, you're softening that space. Relaxing all the muscles throughout the face and the jaw. Softening the center of the forehead. And from here, take your right hand to your left ankle, roll the shape over to the right. So you'll be standing on the left foot, and we want the left knee pointing up, not collapsing in. So knee presses away from us, and then reach that left arm out to the side. Let your upper back rest on the floor. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest, and exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Just adopting a gentle breath technique for class today. That's our theme, gentle, physically and mentally. And then let's release all the way back to center. Stretch your legs long on the mat, hips distance, flex the feet. Reach the arms up to the ceiling, interlace the fingers, flip the palms, and then reach the arms all the way overhead. Now let's get rid of any space between the back and the floor. So you're going to press your spine into the ground. Going to create space in the inner shoulder by widening the collarbones. If you're more flexible in your upper body, this might not be a big stretch. For me, I feel it a lot around my lats and around my shoulders. Just think of that good morning stretch, creating length from head to toe. Good, and then release. Bend the knees to the chest and take the right leg, cross it all the way over the left leg. If you're more tight, you'll grab your knees here. If you're a little bit more flexible, you'll take your hands down to your shins. And if you're most flexible, hands to the heels, palms face up. You're just gonna lift the feet away from your tush. Press the knees gently away from you. And even if you are more flexible and you're able to do this one and you just want something more gentle today, just hold the knees. And we're going to release the feet, keep the legs crossed, move the hips right, drop the knees left, and extend the right arm, palm up to the right. And then let's come back through center. Center your hips and we'll change the legs. So left leg all the way over the right. We either go for the knees with the palms, the shins, or palms facing up, we'll grab the heels. Lift your shins up. So instead of pulling your feet towards your butt, think of lifting the feet off of your butt. Press your butt into the mat. And yes, there is some work with the arms here, but try not to let that create tension. So there's always a balance between working a stretch and relaxing into it. And that's what yoga is trying to accomplish, is balance. Release the feet, move the hips left, take the knees over to the right side of the mat into the twist, and then extend the arms out to a T. Okay, let both of your shoulders drop down into the floor. And in these spinal twists, we want the upper and lower bodies moving, you don't have two bodies, moving apart from each other. So our lower half is going right, our upper half is going left. Continuing with our breath, belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling, chest, ribs, and belly. And then make your way back onto your back, uncross your legs. We'll take happy baby pose. So you'll bend your knees. Our toes and knees are turned out wide. If you're more tight, you can grab the hamstrings from the outside with your hands pulled down. Maybe your shins pulled down, or the outer edges of your feet. That would be if you're more flexible. If your butt's really lifting up, try to lengthen that low back into the mat. If your shoulders are really rounding forward, try to create space in the sternum. Press your knees open. It's feeling very natural for me to just close my eyes here, so I invite you to do that too. Usually my eyes are open when I'm filming a workout, but it feels good to just let them close right now. Big full breath in, fill that chest all the way up till it rises towards the chin. And deep exhale through the mouth, let it go. Okay, let's take your left foot, plant it down on the floor. Stretch your right leg straight up to the sky. You're gonna take your hands behind the right thigh. Keep the leg straight, and any amount you'll pull the leg to you. Foot is flexed. If you're more flexible, you can take your hands up higher. But if what happens is the knee starts to bend, then just take the hands a little bit lower. So we're gonna find length through the back of that leg. That feels pretty good, huh? My muscle is shaking. It's like, no, I don't want to let go. And then bend the right knee and plant the foot on the floor. Left leg straight up to the ceiling, flex the foot, and hold on to either the thigh, or if you're more flexible, a little bit higher. But make sure that doesn't lift your butt off the mat, so hips down. And then pull against the leg to open the chest up. And the leg and the arm are doing kind of the opposite thing. So the arms are pulling towards you and the leg is pressing away from you, which will help keep that length here in that left leg. Maybe by the end of this, we'll all just be sleeping. So relaxed. Good, then release that left leg. So we're gonna step our feet as wide as the mat. So we're pretty wide apart. And then knock your knees together. Take your arms to a cactus shape. So elbow in line with shoulder, palm in line with elbow. And that might be enough for you on the outer hips. So you can stay here. If you want more, you'll take the right leg, cross it over the left leg on the outside, and then drop the knees over to the right. It's not very big. We're not trying to let all of the body tilt right, just a little bit. So we almost give the left outer thigh some pressure. As you exhale, relax the rib cage into the earth. Good. From center, uncross the legs, knees knock in, feet are wide, and then take the left leg on the outside of the right, drop the knees over to the left, and work to keep the right shoulder on the mat. Allow the belly to be soft here so that the air can flow through you without any constriction or blockage. Good, let's uncross the legs. Send the legs long. We're gonna make a banana shape with the body. So you'll take the left leg to the left side of the mat, cross the right leg over that. Now, the arms are reaching overhead. Both arms go over to the left, and now grab your right wrist with your left hand and just gently pull your right arm to the left. Press the back of your body, your rib cage, into the floor. This is lateral flexion, side bending. So if you were standing up, you would be leaning to the left, doing a side bend. And release. I'm going to take the right leg all the way right, cross the left leg over that, both arms go right, and now we'll grab the left wrist with the right hand and then pull against the wrist with the right hand and press your waist down into the floor. I'm not really trying to do a back bend. And also, left tush is not lifted, so both butt cheeks on the mat. And this could really get everything in the side body, maybe even your IT band if you're very tight. Good, obliques, lats. And then unwind and come back to center. Center your hips on the mat. let's come into a straddle. So if you're more tight, I'm gonna have you take your legs to a V and your hands on the outsides to just support your legs. What I want you to do is work straightening your legs, so push through the foot instead of trying to get really wide. More flexible, you can grab towards your ankles. Even more flexible, I'm gonna have you grab your toes with your peace fingers from the inside of your big toe. Then I want you to create space in the torso. So hips are going down to the bottom of the mat, crown of the head is lengthening, collarbone is expanding, the birds are going crazy. Flex the heels out and stretch the arches of the feet away from you. And just let your inner thighs get a nice big stretch here. And direct your breath along the inside of the leg, from the arch of the foot up into the inner thigh. Good, and then release. Okay, I'm gonna move all the way over to the right side of my mat. Send my left leg long, flex the foot, and reach my right leg straight up to the ceiling. If you're really tight for this one, you'll bend the right knee. Take your left hand to the outside of the right leg, more flexible, the outside of the foot, and then the leg will come all the way across the body. And then the upper body, like we had talked about earlier, is gonna twist the other way, to the right. I want you to create length in this top waist. If you look at your hip, your right hip should be in line with your chest, and your body shouldn't be at a diagonal, so torso is in one straight line. If you want, you can lift your shoulders up and turn more to the right. Energy through those right fingertips. So we're thinking long from left to right, and also thinking long from head to toe. So stretch through the back of the neck above you and through the left heel below you. This just feels fabulous in that right IT band. At least I think. Sometimes if it's really tight, it doesn't feel fabulous yet, but it will. It will. Keep doing it. Good. Release and roll back to center. So we're going to shift the whole body left. Right leg goes long on the mat, foot flex. Left leg lengthens to the sky. So the modification would be left knee bent, and then we'll cross from there. Intermediate flexibility to the calf, a little bit more flexible all the way to the outer edge, and then bring the leg across the body. Good. Send that left hip down, so we're finding length here. And then twist the right side of the body to the left. Good, and also thinking of length in the spine, straight up and down. Push your right heel below you and stretch the top of the head above you. And in these stretches that we focus on one side of the body at a time, it's very common to be like, oh wow, the left is much tighter than the right. Well, that's okay. We all have those imbalances, so this is where we can work to even them out. Maybe you need to hold that side a little bit longer, or even release it and then come back into it. Do it twice. Okay, soften the left rib cage down into the mat beneath you. And then slowly we're going to release all the way back to center. Okay, center the hips. So we're going to get into the quads. This is kind of deep, so if it doesn't work for you, you can bring your left knee to your chest and you'll hold that position for a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to take the top of the left foot outside of the left hip, and you're just going to kind of walk it up. And then I'm going to shift weight, so I'm trying to sit on my left hip. I'm pushing down into my right foot for some support, so I'm not like rolling over to the right. Good, I'm just trying to square my hips the best I can, and then just rest your palms on your belly, and I want you to breathe into your palms and exhale out of your palms, so you feel that expansion through your core on the inhale and that release through your belly on the exhale. And feel free to make that breath audible and as loud as you want, especially if you have any stress you're holding on to. Sometimes it's nice to really let it out on those exhales. Sometimes we need that, right? Amazing. So let's just slide that left foot forward. Let's reach the leg up to the ceiling, roll the ankle out, reverse it. So that could get the top of your foot as well. Bend the left knee, plant the foot down, grab the outside of the right foot. You're gonna pull the foot up towards your right side. I'll see, maybe this side's a little tighter. Okay, yep. I'm gonna soften my belly, so I'm thinking a little bit of a scoop of the hips so that I'm not overarching my low back. There is a little arch to it, but that's the natural curve. I don't want more than the natural curve because it will pinch the vertebra there, the bones there, and that's not good. We wanna really think of space in the spine. Good, palms on the belly, and let's take a couple breaths into our hands. Okay, let's slowly release that right foot. And we're gonna come into Supta Baddha Konasana, which is supine butterfly pose. So soles of the feet together. Good. Pull the heels up to you. Let the knees fall apart. Depending on how tight you are, that might give you kind of a nice stretch. Gravity is assisting the stretch, right? It's pushing down, helping us open that groin and inner thigh position. And then I want you to place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. You're going to breathe into your hand on your belly and breathe out through the hand on your heart. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Thinking of this breath moving not only forward out into the belly, but also into the waist, to the sides of the body, and into the sacrum, the low back. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Inhale, belly. Exhale, heart. Inhale, belly. And exhale, heart. Last breath, make it slow. And exhale, let it go. And then plant your feet on the floor, feel the earth beneath you. Just reset yourself, bring your knees to your chest, give them a squeeze in. And then at your own pace, rolling yourself up to a seat. Good, finding Sukhasana, easy pose. Cross the legs at the ankles. Ooh, blink those eyes open, bring the brightness of the room back into your space. Let's rest the back of the hands on the body. You'll bring your pointer finger and thumb together and seal the other 3 fingers. Lift the spine up nice and tall. Take a big breath in. Bow the chin. Let it go. Namaste. day. Namaste, guys. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for practicing with me. I feel super relaxed. I hope you're on that same wavelength. Good vibrations only. My name's Lindsay. This was a nice and easy yoga class. I hope you had a nice time. I hope you feel reset. Please subscribe, like, and share. This is Pilates on Demand, and I will see you guys on the next class. Bye.